What's up, beautiful people? I'm excited to have you on another fire segment tonight here with your girl, Onney, the CEO on Oustide the Box. Tonight's segment is a little bit special. We got something for the lovers in the building and something for the business-minded people. So I need you guys to buckle up your seatbelts because you're now plugged in, tuned in, and tapped in to Oustide the Box. What is your idea of a power couple? Well, tonight I have a power couple on the show, and they're here and they're gonna let me get all in their business, and they're promoting some major things that's happening right here in the city of Houston. So I want you guys to give it up for the host of One Marriage, Two Hustlers, right now on Oustide the Box.
Thank you, thank you.
What's up? We have Lloyd and we have Courtney Kristen in the building.
Yes.
So I'm gonna give you guys an opportunity because both of you guys, you're married. However, you both individually have businesses and entities, and you brought it together to do something magical and great. And so first I want to commend you for that.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna go to you, Courtney, first. So tell us who you are and what all you do.
Well, my name is Courtney Kristen. I'm a life coach, counselor, mental health enthusiast, and I also run a business with my husband where we create digital products and all that other good stuff. We do consulting, and so yeah, we work together every single day.
All right. Well, how about you, Lloyd?
Man, I'm an author, speaker, motivator, business strategist. What I always tell people, listen, the motto is we don't come to take sides, we come to take over.
I love that. Now, where are you guys from?
We are well, I'm from Fulshire, Texas. Do you know where that is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm from Baytown, Texas.
Okay, Baytown in the building.
It's funny because we met online.
Oh, so y'all met online.
We met online.
Yes.
Because, I was about to get all in your business. Like, how did you guys
I was
meet?
like, that's probably what she was going to ask.
I'm going to ask, like, how did you guys, first of all, how long have you been married?
5 years.
5 years. And when you met online, what platform?
POF.
Okay, I ain't never tried Plenty of Fish, but okay.
Yes.
Shout out to Plenty of Fish.
We've been together
That's
9.
probably so old now,
So you've been together 9 years, but you've been married for 5.
Yes.
Okay, and so now that you guys are married, you have decided to kind of like join together and also be like a coach, but at the same time, you guys talk about everything on your show. I went and I checked it out. I did my homework.
Yes.
So I see that you guys, it's not just about relationships. You guys talk about business and innovative ideas. You also talk about current events that are happening right here in the world today. So what made you guys want to step out and create a platform as a married couple as a married couple for the community?
Well, first off, because there's not many. So we did our research. So there's not that many couples doing podcasting. There's some. But also, too, because the conversations are needed. I think people need to hear, like, a married perspective sometimes. Because we sit in rooms a lot.
All the time.
Where there's just a room full of single people.
Yes.
And so it's good to have that somebody that's kind of like stable and they're in a monogamous relationship. That's not common. So
right. And also I think that it's healthy for people to be able to see that what that looks like, because we're in this microwave relationship community and people get married and divorced like it's dating. And so just to be able to see a married couple be able to manifest something and stand on that with their chest out is a beautiful sight. Now, Lloyd, tell me a little bit about yourself. What all I know what you do. You tell us what you do, but
well, me, I'm more of a, I'm one thing I want to leave people with is consistency is the new currency. So whoever's been the most consistent gonna win. All right, and so I decided that we wanted people to see who we were. And we also wanted people to know that Black love still exists. So you can be in love, and you can be married, and you can run $1 million business. So you can do it, but you just got to know how to put it all together, though.
Now, what are some of the things that you guys do to strengthen your relationship?
We do weekly date nights. So like Thursday night every Thursday night, it's blocked off. Like, that's what we do every Thursday. So
it is so important to still date after marriage.
I call it the 1-1-1 rule. So you pay attention to this rule. You got to make sure you spend one hour a night with your spouse. You got to do one day night a week, and you got to make sure you go 7 days out the country one time with your spouse. So it's
during the year.
Yeah. Yes, that is so important. I really believe that it's very important for couples to travel.
Yes.
You know, whether you're married or not, just because if you're considering being in a serious relationship, living together, any of those things, certain things you need to be able to experience together just to it pulls layers back, and it's important to disconnect from the world and recharge together.
Yes.
So how did you guys come about the idea of starting your podcast talk show?
Well, in 2018, we was in the house chilling. This is way before COVID. So, and we started, the first podcast we started was relationship therapy.
Oh my God.
And we pulled it up, and we like, man, everybody got this name.
Yeah.
And so my wife said, you know what, I'm going to pray about the name. And then God gave her the vision of one marriage, two hustlers.
Yeah.
Well, I love that.
That's how the
and I love the fact that you are so supportive in that, because it's important. Like, it's great to have a man that can lead, but what good is having a woman that can't provide vision so that you can create provision.
Well, one of the things we always say is, I'm the muscle, she the neck. So
I was just finna say that.
Always like.
I was just finna say that. You could be the head, but I'm the neck. So if I don't turn, we ain't going nowhere. Your vision is gonna be very skewed if I don't turn. So,
and it's needed though.
It's very needed.
Men don't want to give up the power. They want to walk around and always be like, it's gonna go my way because I'm gonna make bad decisions. I'm gonna make good decisions. But a lot of times, men are making bad decisions, and guys using that woman to give them the vision. But they don't allow it.
Well, you know what? It is so important for people to understand that in marriage, right? Somebody has to give you the seed, and then somebody has to water the seed.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So as a woman in a marriage, it is important to be able to cultivate whatever that seed may be. It's just like, you get a seed, she had a kids. You buy the house, she make it a home. You go buy the food, she cook the meal. Whatever it is, it's our job as women to make it better.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not so much about the money. It's about how you add value to each other in each other's lives. Because when you have that value between the two of you, you can do anything. Anything. So I wanted to ask you guys now, what is your definition of a power couple?
You want to take that one?
Oh, I can take it. So the definition of a power couple is when two people come together and they working on one common vision. A lot of people get together and say, this is my vision, this is it. I'm like, no, it's one vision, one goal. And our only vision, our only goal is to empower and inspire people, whether you single, whether you married. We want to empower you, show you that, hey, listen, you can create whatever you want. But a lot of times, like, I'm more of the let me jump off the plane type person with no parachute, and I know God Angel's gonna save me. She more of the hold on, let me think. Let me, So it worked for both of us though.
Yeah.
Now I will say that some of the challenges, because everybody always wish to be that power couple, to have somebody that they can build with, work with, grow with. But there comes a time where you'll get to building and it'll be so demanding that it'll impact the romance. So how do you balance that as a couple? Because you guys, you're an author, you're a public speaker, you have your businesses going on as well. So being able to flourish in your relationship is very important. So how do you guys balance that?
I think creating boundaries. So I tell him, when you come in the bedroom, I don't want to talk business. When you get in this bed, business talk is over, because there was a time where he would get in the bed and he'd be like, oh, we need to do this. And I'm like, okay, work is done. So I think just creating those boundaries and saying, like, I'm not okay with this, I'm okay with this. and just making sure that you guys are sticking to it is definitely important for sure, because it can't easily overlap, and which causes like tension,
and
like,
especially when you building,
especially
like when
when you're in the building phase.
Right now, we almost in the cruise control phase, though.
We
almost in the phase where we know the products are done, everything is done. We know exactly like how much money we can make by the marketing we pay for. So we almost like in cruise control mode.
But in the beginning, you definitely have to make sure you set those boundaries.
Right. So did you guys, and I'm getting your business, did you guys go through like a rocky time in the business that impacted the romance?
I think when you're first starting a business, it's rocky because you're learning along the way too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one person wants to do this, one person wants to do this, and it's like you're bumping heads. So you have to kind of come to a common ground, because what we did was, it's like, okay, hold on, wait. These are going to be your responsibilities. These are going to be my responsibilities. That way I don't get in his lane and he don't get in mine.
It's very important to have those conversations, because in order to be a team, you got to put the strongest link in that position. You know, like some men might make the most money, but the woman in that relationship may have the best financial budgeting expertise.
I agree.
So it's very important to lean on that particular. It's just like, if you know she's the best cook, you're not gonna take over cooking duties. But if you cook better than she do, by all means, go get in the kitchen and whip it up. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that, you know, with, you know, back in the day, you know, not to give our age or anything, but back in the day, there was like really big on gender roles. Women's supposed to do this and men's supposed to do that. But now with so much equality going on and female independence, it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? Some couples say, okay, she's supposed to cook and clean and do this, and I'm supposed to work and do. But not if she's working and paying bills too. Then then y'all hire a maid so that she can have more time to make the money. You know what I'm saying?
So I think that people need to really understand the word codependent.
Yes.
Instead of independent.
Yeah.
So when we both was independent, but then we became codependent. So it's some things I depend on her for, some things she depends on me for. You know, and a lot of times I always tell men that a man don't want to have to build a woman up. They want to build with a woman. And so you can build with her instead of having to build her up. Your success rate can go great.
Yes, and the same thing goes,
and vice versa.
Would you agree? Because, you know, when you have two people that are already whole, that come together, it's a powerful thing. But if I'm broken and I get a hold to someone that's whole, in my brokenness, I'm just gonna project whatever brokenness I have on them.
That's true.
And sabotage everything we touch. So it's very important. And, you know, I can't remember what podcast that was, but I did see some dialogue about, you know, men opening up and being vulnerable enough to say that sometimes they didn't find their healing, and so they were knee deep in a relationship, because sometimes it's areas that you don't even know that needs addressing until you're in that relationship and you are faced with those certain triggers. So as being a married couple, what are some of the triggers that you all had to overcome and have those tough conversations about?
We've both been married before. And so I think me learning about his past a little bit kind of gave me a better way of knowing how to deal with him. Like, okay, well, I see why when I say this, you get triggered this way because you've been through X, Y, Z, right? And so I think learning about your spouse's past, and you don't have to be like every little detail, but if you know, like, okay, well, that person used to yell at them, or that person used to do this, then I probably
and
don't
even childhood trauma.
Yes,
because that's a lot of things that people don't talk about. They always want to talk about what happened in their ex relationship and their ex relationship, but the reason why that happened in their ex relationship is because they never healed from those childhood traumas.
Very true.
And a lot of men deal with childhood traumas. A lot of men deal with molestation, but they don't have a platform to talk about it. You understand what I'm saying?
I agree.
And so when you start digging into those things, a lot of people get married without having those tough conversations. They fall in love with the idea of marriage and get into it and realize it's a whole different ball game. So I'm gonna ask you guys this off the whim. So there's couples out here that are married, right? And they're very public, very pro, black love, whatever. What do you say to the couples who were very public with their relationship and everything fell apart?
I just say you can bounce back. I mean, to me, it's just a matter of marriage is work, and I don't think nobody really want to talk about the work that's involved in marriage. It's work, and when you truly trying to make this person better, you know, you don't want to see them hurt, so you don't want to hurt. So I mean, to me, if it fell apart, I mean, you just got to bounce back. You gotta put your thicky cap back on, and then sometimes it bounced because that person really wasn't for you.
Right.
Especially if you're a visionary person. And one thing, I have a vision, and she really claimed into the vision and pushed me out of my comfort zone. She was the reason why I quit my job. You know what I'm saying? 4 years ago. So, and by her quitting my job to become a full-time entrepreneur, she's a full-time entrepreneur.
Yeah, that's dope.
So
that's dope.
Yeah, I think also too, just to answer that question, being in the public eye, you have to make sure that you're still nurturing at home. Like, you can be out and be everything for everybody else, but at the end of the day, you have to nurture what really matters.
That's right.
And that's what's happening in your household, how you're interacting with each other, your level of respect when you go out, you know? I see people being disrespectful because I'm like, okay, you're married, why are you in her face for that amount of time? Like, certain things that you should talk about before you even put yourself out there. I think people just get out there because, like you said, they're like Black love and we look good, but at the
it's more than pictures.
It's more than pictures.
Instagram posts.
Yeah.
Do you have the patience? Are you loyal? Are you faithful? Can I trust you when I'm not in the room? Those are all real things. And how do you handle tough situations? How do you respond when the finances are bad? How do you handle loss? How do you handle death? Are you good with your children that you had outside of me? Those are all real questions that we should ask. What your credit look like? You know what I'm saying? Do you owe anybody money? Is anybody looking for you? Is there a warrant out for your arrest?
That's a lot of questions. Yeah,
it's a lot of questions, especially when you get in our age. We ain't in our 20s no more. Okay, so you know you have to ask those real tough questions, and because these days people can follow you on social media and think they know you and mirror what they think you want to see.
I tell people social media is just a highlight.
This is the highlight reel. That's it.
And then most people don't post their failures. They only post their success. And so that's why I told her, like, let's start posting our failures.
You know, somebody told me to do that, to be more transparent, because I have a lot of wins, you guys, but I also have some failures too. Okay, you understand? I just started over a few times. Okay, you know, and I just won't give up. But it's not easy, and if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So I really commend you guys for creating a platform for people like me that still believe in Black love.
Come on.
And business where I can go and tap in and be a part of something great. So tell us a little bit more about your podcast, One Marriage, Two Hustlers.
Well, we like to come up with topics that really touch the community. So we come up with like the red flags and and then we had our after dark. We got to get back to after dark.
We're trying to bring that back.
After dark, we had an after dark part where we was just talking about sex in the bedroom and things of that matter.
Like, man, I'm about to come on y'all show. I'm not married yet, but
we take everybody.
No, we do all couples, all singles.
We have a lot of single people, but people love to come on. So.
Now, you guys also have a website. I want to bring that up for our people that's watching, and for our people that's just listening. It's called One Marriage, Two Hustlers. Make sure you go to their website. They got some videos there. You can actually sign in, join, and everything, and be a part of the conversation. Now, I want to segue to a quick commercial break. We're going to be right back with you guys. Let's check out a commercial for One Marriage, Two Hustlers. They got an announcement.
What's up, H-Town? We in the building.
What's up, baby? Tell the people what's up.
OH is hosting the first ever podcast gala in Houston, Texas. Y'all. So we've been hitting up all the podcasters that we see in the Houston area. So if we in your DM or we show up at your door your studio, you own a studio, you're a studio owner in Houston, we are coming to you, and we're going to be dropping off these to share with you and your people, if you don't mind.
If you don't mind.
We're here to collaborate.
Come on.
We're not in competition, but we really want you guys to be a part of this because it's going to be amazing. And after we get the first one out the way, we can see what the second one looks like. But let's get the first one together. So please welcome us with open arms.
Yes. So listen, man. First ever Black Excellence, all right, Podcast Gala. I promise you, it's going to change your life, give you a different perspective, different mindset, and you get to be in a room with some game changers. So listen, don't be afraid to connect with us. We can even come on your podcast if you want us to talk about this event. But remember, tickets are selling fast. We're halfway through selling out. We're just excited that you guys are here. We're excited to connect with you, and I can't wait till November 18th so we can get crunk.
Yeah. Do people still say crunk?
I don't know.
Guys, you don't want to miss out.
It's going to be good. It's going to be epic, man. It's going to be a great time in Houston, man.
Best believe they pulled up on me. So if you guys are in Houston and you fall through Onney Studios, make sure you get your flyer, you scan the barcode, you get your tickets. We're doing something amazing, something great right here in Houston. It's going to be excellence all throughout the room. So I need you guys to get in there, get in where you fit in, okay? Because you guys pulled up on me. I missed you guys when you came, but I'm glad you circled back and pulled on up. So what made you guys come up with the idea to do a podcast gala?
Well, my husband got the vision, and I was like, this is great. I'm like, I don't think anybody's doing it. So we did our research, and we didn't see anybody doing a podcast gala. Of course, there's other galas, but just getting everybody together that are like-minded, because we're all doing the same thing, but we don't know each other. Maybe we could collab. Maybe we can come on each other's podcasts.
Collaboration over competition. And maybe we right now are starting something.
Right.
Because I feel like I have a whole group of people that don't know about you guys, and you guys have a whole group of people that don't know about me, and it's 7.9 billion people in the world. We don't have to compete when we can collab.
And what we noticed though, and it's we've been to about 10 different studios around Houston, black-owned studios, and what we noticed is if people that comes to our podcast and rent our podcast room out, they live in the area. So it's people in this area that can come rent your podcast room out. It's people, and so if I know somebody on the Southwest Side, I can say, hey, go check her out over there. One thing we've been saying collaborate with competition for a long time. We're just we're not trying to compete. We just want to share what we know and our knowledge with others.
So the idea is for everybody to leave with a directory. So they'll leave with the book that has everybody's info. So that you know where whether you're a podcaster
or you have a studio.
Entrepreneurs, that you guys can interview on your platform. They'll be in the building as well. So
that's dope. I love it. I love it. So what was your aha moment?
Man, you know what? I seen in Atlanta. I was like, man, Atlanta, they having like all these different podcasts, right? It's like 20 miles right here, 10 miles right here. It's like a lot of podcasts. I'm like, and they not even worried about who's showing up to whose studio. And I seen them do a gala. And I'm like, man, you know what? We need to do this in Houston. And I told my wife, I was like, man, we need to do this because, and I was like, we have to take on the burden because it's a chance you take when you go book that kind of venue.
Your event, if you doing your event and you don't have sponsors up front, now hopefully you'll be able to lock in all the sponsors to take care of the back end and get the tables and all that. But in the event that don't happen, they don't realize as entrepreneurs, business owners, and event curators, that's all on you.
You know what?
We know. It's on us. It's paid, so it's on us.
So I definitely commend you guys for stepping outside the box and doing something different in the city because we definitely need it. Now, remind us again the date, time, and location.
It's going to be November 18th at 7 p.m. It's going to be located on the Sam Houston Parkway. It's a private location, so once you get on the website and get your ticket, you'll know the location, but it is a hall, so it's like a formal banquet hall. It's a black tie event.
Okay, I love it. Okay, now, I'm going to segue a little bit because I don't want to miss the opportunity to talk about your book. Why Now Is Your Time? Tell me a little bit about that and what made you want to write that book.
Man, Why Now Is Your Time is built on 3 principles. It's built on life, brand, and legacy. I truly believe that everybody needs to design the life they want, create the brand they deserve, but most importantly, leave their legacy with your own information. So the book is really detailed on helping people to find their purpose and to tap into their vision, and hopefully you can start doing your own digital courses. So that's what it's really all about.
All right, I love it. Well, you guys can go and find that book on whynowsyourtime.com. Make sure you go ahead and purchase that today. Go and get your autographed copy. I got the man in the building. Now, what advice could you give people that are listening and watching that are going through a season of doubt?
Man, listen, I tell people all the time is get you a vision environment. Stop creating a vision board. See, people create a vision board, but they never have a vision environment. So your vision environment is what's going to push the vision board. So many, I ask people, I say, yeah, I mean, I got a vision board. I'm like, how many stuff have you achieved on that vision board? But let's put the vision board to the side, and let's put you in the middle of this other board and put 5 people around you that you need to be connected to that can help you push the vision board. So
environment matters.
Yes.
Environment matters because it creates accountability partners.
Yes.
It's just like if you tell me that you're gonna manifest something, I'm subconsciously gonna have that in the back of my mind. So next time I see you, I'm gonna ask you about.
Yes.
I'm gonna hold you accountable for what you told me you were doing, and that alone will make you hold yourself accountable.
Yes.
But a lot of times we don't have that in our circle, so it's so important to have accountability partners in your journey and whatever it is you're doing. So if it was something you guys could have done differently in building your businesses, what would it have been?
Started it sooner. So whenever you get the vision, just go for it.
Yeah.
If you're out there and you have a vision or you're thinking about doing something, the best way to know if it's going to work is to start.
I love that. I love you. Well, I want to thank both of you guys for coming on Outside the Box, just letting me just dig into you, get into your business, talk about the gala. Now, before I go, for those that want to become sponsors of the gala, how can they do that?
Yes.
Wow.
So you can go on the website.
Just because you're not in Houston does not mean you can't sponsor.
You can still
sponsor and brand your business to a whole room of podcasters right here in the city. So don't let not being in the city stop you. Okay, now.
So you can go to onemarriage2hustlers.com/gala. And you will see the sponsor. onemarriage2hustlers.com/podcast-gala. And you will see the sponsorships there. We have a silver, gold, and bronze level of sponsorships. So go check us out.
All right. So if you guys want to go and follow the website, make sure you go to onemarriage2hustlers.com. And also, if you want to get the book, go to whynowisyourtime.com. They also have their own Instagram page, Why Now Is Your Time. Make sure you go and hit follow. That's actually Lloyd's personal page, correct?
That's my personal page.
Okay, and we have Courtney's personal page, Mrs. Why Now Is Your Time. You guys can follow her there as well. And if you want to get in on the podcast Instagram, go to One Marriage, Two Hustlers on Instagram today, and make sure you follow them as well. And then we also have a YouTube page, One Marriage, Two Hustlers YouTube page. I want you guys to go hit the subscribe button, click the bell notification so you can be notified when they drop new content. They also have a link tree. So for all our link trees, you can go find them at One Marriage, Two Hustlers. They have links for everything. You can find out about the gala, you can find out about the podcast, you can get the book, you can get merch. Everything is right there for you and for our Facebookers. We can't forget about you guys. They have their Facebook page, One Marriage, Two Hustlers. Go ahead and hit that like button as well so that you can be involved on Facebook. I want to remind our viewers and our listeners that today's show has been powered by Swan Isle, Sea Moss, and Beverages. Make sure you go to Swan Isle, that's SWANNISLE, on Instagram and DM today about getting your organic, wild-crafted sea moss. And I also want to remind all of our viewers and watchers that we are on multiple platforms. You can find a platform that works for you. We're on Third Coast TV, iHeartRadio, Hip Hop Street, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iTunes. We are everywhere. So find a platform that works for you. Leave us a comment, share, all that great stuff. And if you like what you hear or you like what you see, I want you guys to come and join the Outside the Box community on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, click that bell notification, drop us some comments. We will reply to you right there on that page. And if you find yourself wanting to be a content creator and you want to have your own talk show or your own podcast, go to www.onneystudios.com and you could become a podcast content creator today. We have multiple sets for you to choose from. I want to thank you guys.
You are welcome.
For coming.
Thank you for having us.
Outside the Box. Let me get all in y'all business. So I'm going to have to go on and find me a gown for this black tie.
Yes, ma'am.
So I can step out in style. So you guys going to have media covering red carpet?
Yes. We got red carpet. We got everything. So
okay. Y'all guys got to go to the website. One Marriage, Two Hustlers. They in the building. They dropping gems. And I am your girl, Onney, the CEO. You guys want to say something before we go?
I just say just follow us, man.
Follow us so y'all can keep up with what we have going on.
Yes.
And there you have it. You're now plugged in, tuned in, and tapped in to Outside the Box.
Peace.